Hey, hi, hello, how are you, everyone? It is good to see you, and it, of course, is good to be seen by you. I am the one and only Bill Sylvie, aka the Dungeon Delver, coming to you live, loud and clear from sunny Central Florida, and I hope you guys are having an absolutely wonderful evening this evening, because I know I certainly am, because hey, it's Tuesday night. We play Dungeons and Dragons tonight, and first of all, let me just say welcome to all of our friends and neighbors over on Twitter. Hello to you folks over on Twitter. I hope you are having a wonderful evening also. I'm just going to pull this up because sometimes I don't see or I won't see Twitter comments. So if you want to leave a comment over on the Twit machine, you may absolutely do that and it should pop up in the live. But if it doesn't, I got a window open here so everybody can see that. So, hello, hello, and let me just say, if you have come this way by way of a YouTube recommendation and you're not already subscribed, please do click the subscribe button, click the bell icon for notifications. That's super helpful. And likewise, if you're watching and you're just watching over on Twitter and you've never subscribed to me over on YouTube, please check me out. I'm at the Dungeon Delver right over here on YouTube, and subscribe and you will get all of the information and updates and interstitial videos that I do that I don't release over on Twitter or X as folks have taken to calling it these days. But regardless, I hope you are gonna consider pushing that subscribe button. But anyhow, um, so welcome. Let me tell you a little bit about what we do, because I think this is the first time that I have brought this traveling music show to you folks over on Twitter. So every night, of course, I live stream. I brought it over to you guys now, but Tuesday nights are special because Tuesday night we play first edition advanced Dungeons and Dragons. And guys, this is not a passive thing. I don't expect you to sit on your hands and just kind of stare into the void while other people play D&D. If you have a question, if there is something that, like, maybe you've never played first edition and you want to, maybe you played a long time ago and have forgotten, or maybe you're just getting into it, or maybe you're just plain curious and have a question, please ask it in the live chat. You know, why do we do a certain thing? Why does this work this way? Why does that work that way? If you've got that question, please feel free to just ask. Just ask. But I will do my best to answer your question. And if I don't, one of the people playing tonight, because when I say we, when I keep saying we, I don't have a mouse in my pocket or something. I've actually got a group of players, a fine bunch of people who are fixing to join here in just a few minutes. One of them might answer. Somebody in the chat might answer. But I want you to feel like you can come away from this game that we are playing having learned a little bit of something about first edition AD&D. And per request from one of my players, I am going to put together a playlist where you can go all the way back to, I guess, 3 years ago now and watch all of our D&D Let's Plays, if you'd like to do that. So that's a thing that I'm going to do. And if you're watching this post ex facto, whether, again, it's over on Twitter or whether it's here on YouTube, however you do it, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and tell me in the comments what you liked about it. And we'll endeavor to do more of it. We're just that eager to please, or at least I am anyway. So Jay Tyler says, I'm looking shorn tonight. I did. I cut the front yard. You know, it would. Here's the thing. I was eating lunch today and I was getting mustache hairs like in my foot. Like I'd take a bite of my sandwich and I'd get like hair. And I was just, no, I'm done with that. So yeah, I grabbed the shears. It's not completely gone. There's still a little bit there. It's just that I'm pale and my salt and pepper beard is almost entirely salt. So you can't really see. I've still got some scrub brush up there. But anyway, so let's see. I am looking through here. Orbital Air thinks we need to have guac twice a year. No. Nordic Maelstrom, already with a question, and I will answer this before we get into the AD&D. What level of character should you create and how much treasure shall you start with to buy gear? That's up to your DM. That is up to your DM. All right. So, I am going to don these headphones, and everyone, let's welcome our group of players back for another week of fun and insanity. And looks like one of our players had to step away, but that's okay. That's okay because we still have a good stable of folks. So everybody, please welcome this first guy here. You know him because he's in our Friday night Gamma World game, which we live streamed over on Twitter on Friday, and that was a lot of fun. Everybody put it together for Doomsword Deathmaster as Durek Donagard.
Yo, what's up?
Good evening to you, sir. And
yes, sir. One moment. Can you hear me okay? Because streaming is like dropping. So, okay.
You are 5x5 over here, my friend.
All right. Thank you.
Alrighty. And here's a guy I'm really glad he's stuck around. Everybody say hello to Thane Kyle as Circumference.
Hey, y'all.
Good evening. Hello. And I should point out, Thane Kyle posts here on YouTube as D and Disability. He has a fantastic channel. Please pop open another tab real quick, or after this, or whatever. Subscribe to his channel. He's got great content.
Thank you, Bill.
You are quite welcome. Back also from our Friday Gamma World campaign, joining us now in AD&D is Kevin as our resident magic user, Marius Esol.
Hello, hello.
And a guy who was not here last week, but is here this week, and we're really glad he's on the mend. And he also has a YouTube channel, Timothy Imholt here on YouTube. Great eclectic channel. He invites me on for some reason. I guess he doesn't want viewers. Everybody, please say hello to Tim Imholt as Snake.
The reports of my death were greatly overrepresented. And Bill, how can you live in Florida and be pale, man?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I just genetic blessings, I guess. So I'm gonna put you up here with the other fighters. So we are waiting on Mark. He is having some technical difficulties, so he'll join us when he can. I say we're waiting on Mark. We're hoping Mark will join us when he can. I do want to mention this real quick, though. This is from Jack Chronicler. The Northlands may the first roll draw blood. Thank you very much for that super. And there he is, everybody. The Ghost of Grimsby, played by Mark. Mark, hello. Good to see you, my friend.
Hello.
So last week, the party had entered the strange, almost arena-like room in the southernmost reaches of the Slavers' Stockade. And it was right in here where there were easily 80 slaves who seemed to be under some strange kind of mesmerization. And that then brings us to your decisions on what to do with them. Leave them be, or were you going to try and egress with them. And that is where we find ourselves now.
We clearly may not leave them here. Much could happen to them. Plus, the lady we met.
Oh my goodness.
I made an oath to her that we would return as long as she would calm down.
I guess there was some disagreement in the party there. No, I agree. We should try to egress with them and then make decisions once we're out on what to do beyond.
And I think that the chance of bringing back Grimsby combined with drop, compounds this. Now we can retreat and not feel bad.
Yes, but we must let Knob and the other two know that we are leaving.
I agree. I think we
bring
should
them along.
Yeah, hopefully we can bring them with us.
Let's just get them out of here.
We must do that.
Okay, so it takes you a while to get all their collars unfettered. They are, they are many, but you are able to eventually get that done. While you are working on that, let's see. Bum, bum, bum. As you are working on that, let me show you here. Let's go to the camera. This door in the north corner opens. Through it come a group of hobgoblins, and they look at you as you're unfettering these prisoners. And at their head, one of them yells, "Ah! What is the meaning of this?"
We aim to rescue them all, or die trying. At arms, man.
Then in the name of Maglubiet, may you all die for your foolishness. You will not interfere with our business. All right, so let me put some miniatures out there real quick, gents, and show you guys what you are facing. Although I do need to. There we go.
Question for the party while the DM's doing this. What do you think create water from a 5th level cleric would do to somebody?
Are you creating it in them or on them?
Well, I don't think the DM will let me create it in them. I mean,
you can't pop somebody like a balloon by filling them with water. Let me just put the kibosh on that while I get the scene set.
No, but I think, with all due seriousness, I think the best bet would be to make the floor like an oil slick and just totally fall.
So how many are coming through that door?
He just said a group of hobgoblins. He didn't say how many.
I thought I heard 8. I could be wrong.
I think we could take a group of hobgoblins. That's not that hard.
Yeah.
I didn't ask how many. I said I cast Fireball.
Yeah, really.
That's about it, right?
You know my philosophy: kill it with fire, man.
They die or I do. I mean, that's the deal.
Nuke your enemy with medieval weaponry. That's the way it works.
Indeed.
I mean, I don't know. The only reason I ask is because that's the only spell I have left. That and slow poison.
Well, I think if you were to have a slope on the floor or whatever,
yeah,
that might be a little more helpful. But the floor is probably slimy. But if we stand on that same floor that they are,
yeah.
There's no web spells left anywhere.
I don't think I have any spells other than what's left on the ring.
The irony being, this is like the perfect time for a web.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you have
got
oil?
The columns, all that.
I do have oil, but if you guys rush in there, I'm going to burn you a crisp.
You know I'm
I know
I'm rushing in there, right?
He's such a goody two shoes. I'd wait, but I gotta go back up the freaking paladin.
Yeah, man, I bear Durandal. What am I supposed to do?
My advice is just throw oil and hit him anyway. I'll be in the second rank. I'll be fine.
Oh, thanks.
It won't kill you. It'll just hurt a lot.
Just hurt.
Because you idiot, it'll hurt more.
Indoors, I could do spark shower, but it has the same liability, right? Because it's emitted from my fingers to the foe. So
you have to be in front.
Yeah,
well, actually,
which I can be if I make initiative.
This is a stepped room. If you walk up to the top row across, you could shoot down on top of them, maybe.
Also, why don't you ask Bill if you can fire it from the second rank? Because if it's just your hand, just stick your hand between two of the party members and point.
It's like a fan from your fingers, but yeah, maybe that'll work.
Ask Bill.
All right, so we got.
We don't ask.
10 of these guys.
All right, so it looks like there's a total of 8 hobgoblins. The party is located here in the center of the room. The hobgoblins are here. On either side of you, you have the ranks of slaves. Now, they have not moved. They're not milling about. You're unlocking their collars, and they are unable, still to move. So, and let's see. Was anyone surprised by this when they burst into the room?
Definitely not surprised at all.
I don't think we're surprised.
Yeah, actually, with the brownie, by the way, for anyone who does not know this, that tiny figure next to the black-robed fellow there is Yancey, the Magic User's brownie familiar. It's nigh impossible to surprise a party when they have a brownie befriending them. So, yes, you are not surprised. They are at that door. So let's get action declarations. Durek, what are you doing?
Charge right up the middle.
You're going to charge. Okay. Let's see. How about Snake, Tim?
I'll charge right behind him.
Okay. Kevin, what about Marius?
So is there, the floor has multiple tiers on the sides, right?
Yes.
If I run up to the side and go up to the top, will I be able to attack over the top of my party members?
I mean, yes.
Okay, because I was planning on using spark shower from the ring.
Okay.
So I guess that's my plan. Now, you said that there are slaves intermixed with the bad guys?
No.
Okay.
I'm saying that the slaves are not milling about.
Okay. I just want to make sure. Okay, cool. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay. So right now in this round, you are moving. Thane Kyle, how about circumference?
I will charge with my geese arm.
Okay.
And, yep, so I'll be in the second rank.
Okay. And Mark, since it looks like we are without Mobius tonight, what is the good cleric doing?
He will try to get some of these slaves away from the danger, perhaps using his rope of climbing to wrap around their wrists to lead them away.
Okay. They are not resisting as you're doing that, so that is definitely something you can do. I'm going to just step over and move the miniatures for those who are charging into the ranks of the hobgoblins. Now, for those of you watching at home who don't, maybe, you don't extensively use the charge rules for first edition AD&D, charge happens outside of initiative.
Actually, important question, Bill.
Yes, sir.
Is this narrow enough for us to be fighting in 2 ranks, or can I get in next to the 2 of them?
The room is wide enough that you can fight in 2 ranks. The only narrow spot is the trench down the middle that you guys are in.
Okay, so they won't be able to flank us if we're just fighting 2 abreast?
Oh no, yes, they can flank you if you're just fighting two abreast in the middle
Okay,
of the
then
room.
I'll use my sword instead and join in next to them.
Okay,
See if I can
alrighty,
kill
fair
off
enough.
one of those sides.
That's absolutely fine. So let me just let me go over there, and I will set the miniatures and be right back. One moment.
How much do the miniatures really help y'all? I always wonder this.
I
What?
I don't necessarily know about help. I mean, I apologize if I interrupted. I don't know about help, but I think it's a visceral thing. It's the way that I've always played. I mean, I've played Theater of the Mind plenty of times too, but I'm cool either way. But I love the minis.
I find the miniatures okay. Don't need them. But since we're playing with them, I like to be able to see them. So, because when we're playing with them, we're playing a bit more on a grid in a sense. So you can see like who's next to who type stuff.
I think it helps keep everybody in line. I think it helps us all understand exactly what's going on, because I may have a different picture than Derek, and I may say, I'm going to start shooting crossbow bolts in there, and I may just be beating him in the back of the head, right? So that might be a bad idea, but I think it helps keep everything straight. So I see the value add, but I could go either way.
I predominantly played Theater of the Mind growing up and didn't use grid until 3rd edition. So, but this works for me. So yeah, I'm no complaints.
The game I run is all Theater of the Mind, and each round I have to sort of set the scene again, so people don't just shoot into melee when they don't realize they were shooting into melee.
So
And
Zola,
I just
I
gotta
think
say it. The grid wasn't even really properly invented until 3E. Sorry.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
So, Gergazil, I think everybody on this group is old enough to have probably some of the 70s Grenadiers.
Yes, I have some minis that I don't want to handle until they're completely painted because of the lead content in them.
You're not using lead paint, are you?
No. Although I will say that some of the early Poly S flow quill paints that Grenadier was using did have a cadmium base, so you were putting cadmium paint on lead miniatures. Yeah. All right, so
that's nothing.
Here we go. Yeah.
Tim
used to juggle nuclear cores as a side gig.
I only held one of those once, and I put it down very quickly.
All right, so here we go.
Get me out, man.
We have Circumference charging in. We have Durek charging in. We have Snake charging in. You gentlemen are striking at +2 as you wade into their front ranks. So let's start at the top. Simply put, if you would, Dooms, make your attack. Infame, thank you very much. That will miss. Derek's attack will miss. Tim, roll for Snake, please.
You smell like you slept in a sewer.
Oh, thank you. Pleasuring will get you nowhere.
I rolled a 12. It's not showing up on the screen, but
it's not. Okay. Try refreshing your page, but a 12. Is that with all bonuses, sir?
No, that was before bonuses.
Okay. Then that will hit.
That's 21
16,
total. It'll hit.
21 total will absolutely hit. So, Tim, roll your damage, please.
Still not showing up over there. I got a 3.
You got a 3. Okay.
I will close this window and reopen it again just to.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your damage if you would, please, TK.
I don't see your dice rolls on my end either. 8 total.
8 total will slay that particular hobgoblin you're facing. Somebody else had asked a question up in the chat, and I don't want to.
We were talking about grid versus not grid while you were gone.
Right. So the size of these miniatures base, it varies. I got to be honest. I'm using D&D minis. I'm also using Reaper. I've got some Ral Partha out there. Scale is going to vary. This is positional eye candy. And I can do probably an entire video on quote unquote proper miniatures use in AD&D, but I'm not going to go into that right now. And as far as the level, because Gonzalo asked about that, yeah, we're averaging 5.5 in this group. Okay, so one bugbear is
fifth and a half level, not to be confused with fifth and a half edition, because that just is a whole different.
Correct. That's not a thing. I'm sorry. One. I keep saying bugbears. I mean hobgoblins. One hobgoblin falls. Another one steps forward. So let's go ahead and roll initiative, just for sake of seeing where Marius is. Is he down in the trench, or has he actually gotten back out to floor level where he wants to be? So go ahead and do that if you would, please, Dooms. A6. Okay. Kevin, your movement will almost certainly go first before they start hacking. And so, yeah, you're able to get up there, and you can lean around these people and maybe spark shower down the flank, you think, in the next round. So let me roll some attacks. Now, you guys are not getting any shield bonus, or you are at -2 because of your, or -1 because of your charge. So here we go down the line. We're going to start left to right. This is on circumference.
AC3.
AC3, that will not hit you. This one is on Durek. That will absolutely not hit Durek. And this last one goes against Snake. 18.
AC0.
AC0. Let's see. They are, well, I know what their hit dice are. Where's my PDF? I am 99% sure that hits you, but not 100% sure. So 18, yes. And with his sword, he punctures you for 4 points of damage. All right. The fellow in the back who challenged you when you entered, he is raising his hands and beginning to chant something.
Ooh.
So let's get actions down the line, starting with Durek. What is Durek doing?
Attack directly, of course.
All right, straight into their teeth. Snake, how about it?
Chop him right in the nuts.
All right. All right. Good thing I got a little bit of a super tonight. If YouTube's listening,
I was talking about
I mean,
peanuts.
they're hobgoblins.
he was referring to a selection of
Trail
snacks.
mix.
Precisely. Thank you. Kevin, Marius is going to try and catch some of them out on the fringe in his spark shower from his ring, right?
Yes.
Get the leader.
And he would have to move. He would move when he was moving. He'd have to move forward a little bit and up the stairs. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Let's see. And how about it, Thane? What is Circumference going to be doing?
If I can I whip out with a dagger and get the guy that's spellcasting?
You can, yeah, you can draw a dagger and elect to throw. You're gonna be kind of defenseless against the guy in front of you.
That's fine.
Okay.
I want to try and stop. Well, because I don't think create water can stop him from casting, can it?
No.
If I dump 10 gallons of water on his head, I mean, it would stop me, but still.
My daughter's cat is quite spray bottle resistant. She just kind of looks at you hatefully as you squirt her to try her to stop from clawing things. That's kind of what you would get here. So let's see.
That's
Now
the
I'm
man
mad
move,
and
by the
wet.
way.
Yeah. now I'm going to misbehave and sling water all over the place while I do it. All right. So, yes, he has begun to chant. But it will not, he's it's not going to be taking effect here. Jane Morrow wants to know who brought the pie launcher. Sadly, we have no catapult. I don't know. That was funnier in my head. Finally, Mark, what is the Padre going to do? He has moved a few people back.
He's going to continue to get slaves out of harm's way.
Okay. Then let's go ahead and roll initiative. Tim, if you would please give us that D6 and we'll see if things are working. Yes. Okay. All right, so
I
here
would
we go.
argue that doesn't work.
You would- yeah, that's not working at all, Bill. All right, here we go. We're going to do that hobgoblin attacking the Padre, who is attempting missile fire, even though he's got a guy in his teeth. 10, I'll need to see.
AC 1 with shield.
Right, but again, you're missile firing. So let's see.
I'm going to shout at the guy chanting, saying, "Did your mother teach you how to
Now
wear a dress like that? Come on."
this does not interrupt your missile fire, but he does stab you for 4. Next up the line, this is against Durek. That will miss, and this is against Snake. And that will miss. And in their round, there are hobgoblins beginning to move around to the flanks, which is very convenient because I will move those miniatures real quick and show you why that is convenient. Hang on a second.
They have a cave troll.
Probably.
They have an amphitheater troll.
I wish I hadn't taken so many hit points of damage last session.
Did you? And you
That's
already
all right,
used
then.
all of your.
Yeah, I had 1 lay on hands. That's gone.
Yeah.
We don't know what Duran has, if anything.
I don't think he's done much curing.
No, I think he might have. I think 2 cure light wounds. So if
Yeah,
I can somehow do cure light wounds while you're in combat,
I mean, you can.
You can, yeah, but I think you have to make generally make a to hit roll to actually hit me because I'm in combat or whatever.
yeah,
but
because you're not standing still.
You probably got a bless somewhere, right?
Yeah, I'm not
And
sure.
we can use that whenever.
Can't do bless if you're already in combat.
Yeah, but I mean, like in the future, assuming there's
Yeah.
a future.
Okay, so Kevin, Marius has line of sight to the 2 hobgoblins that are trying to rush around the side of the room where you've just come out, and there are some slaves, but they are sitting down, so you can spark shower over their head.
Nice.
The Padre is still getting people out, and we have combat going on. But missile fire goes first. Roll that dagger throw at the chanting fellow, if you would, please.
Let's see. That's typical.
Yeah, just sails right past him. Okay, so Kevin, ring of shooting stars.
Right.
Let's see. So what does that spark shower do for us?
Let me. It might be more than one message, but I'll put it in the chat.
Okay. Well, I mean, I can pull it up in the Dungeon Master's Guide.
Others could read it as well this way.
Okay.
Right.
All right. You do
So it's
you.
5 seconds.
Coolid's actually got it here.
That's
Spark
me.
shower.
yeah,
That's you.
perfect.
That's right. Like I said, okay, 2 to 8 hit points damage if no metallic armor is worn. Well, let's see. Does it say? Class 5. Now you've made me have to check the monster manual to see what they typically wear. This is all your fault, Kevin.
Wait. We
These
found
are
one Bill
hobgoblins,
doesn't
right?
just know, right? Hold on a second.
Write this down.
I want
Write
to
this
mark
down.
this day in history. We found one Bill just didn't know off the
Yeah,
top.
but these are hobgoblins. He actually knows. He's
Oh, it's dramatic
Something
effect. Okay, I see.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So hobgoblins typically, let's see.
Smelly leather, drooly stuff.
Yeah. Let's see. Do weapons. Mining. Let's see.
Funny, no response is my guess.
It doesn't specify, but
It doesn't,
armor class 5 is typically
The response is usually the illustration anyway.
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm going to say that these guys are probably wearing metal armor, so that's 4 to 16 to each of the two of them.
Right.
Go ahead, do it.
Kill them with fire.
Well, it's 5 segments, right? Is that?
Yes, because longsword I think is actually a shade slower. Just go ahead and
Okay.
and
4 to 16.
and roast him.
All right. Let's see.
Don't give him ideas to take it away. He's letting you have it.
14, believe it or not. That was a good roll.
14. Now, is there a saving throw against that?
It does not say there's a save. It says they take damage. That's it.
Then they take damage. Then those two hobgoblins char and die screaming. Okay, melee attacks. Durek.
Yes, sir. With renewed vigor, you shall perish.
10, 11
I
for
hit
your
AC 6.
You hit AC 6. Yeah, he brings his shield up just in time as his fellows are literally cooked. Nah,
There's
let
more
him
where
cook.
that came from.
All right, Tim, how about Snake? 11 with bone-eye, that will actually hit. So roll some damage, my friend. Uh, 3 with bonuses will, let's see, 3, and you get for your sword and your strength. He's alive, but barely hanging on. All right, so this guy in the back is chanting louder and louder and louder and louder. He's got crude prayer beads in his hand. So okay, gents, let's get order of operations here. Let's start with Dirk. He's going to continue to try and hack and slay. You're muted.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Tim, how about Snake?
Just slow, not muted.
Just stab it.
All right.
Am I close enough to stab the chanting one?
No, he is in the back.
Damn it. Okay. Sorry about
The
that.
hobgoblin in the back
Dang
said
it.
everyone
Dang
attack. No, he was talking about putting up a breakwater, guys, when he said damn.
Exactly.
He meant the noun. Okay. Kevin, how about Marius Esol?
I'm going to use Fairy Fire on these guys from the ring. I could do twice per day. So I've done it once. I'm going to do it again.
And how about Circumference?
I'll attack. If I can
right.
cut my way towards them, I will.
Okay. Padre, you are, that is the Ghost of Grimsby, Mark, playing the Padre. You are still evacuating people?
If there are still people to evacuate.
Yeah. I mean, you can rope like 5 or 6 at a time, and there's 3 dozen in here.
Oh crap!
So
you know what? I'm going to try something else. I'm going to go up to one of the top ranks, top rows of this thing. I'm going to see if I can get into a position that I can use my rope of climbing, which I believe I can command out to a distance, and grab the chanting guy's hands and yank him, like disrupt him.
Okay, so you're going to try and lasso him.
Yeah.
With the rope of climbing.
Might take me a while to get there, I know, but
yeah. Okay. All right. So you'll start moving in that direction. All right. Well, let's go ahead and roll initiative. And Kevin, I think we are to you.
All right.
I'm getting a 3. Now I'll tell our new viewers, I've got a hot hand when it comes to.
Sorry, it rolled a bunch of dice. Let me roll just the one.
Please, just
he
the
got
one.
a 12. You're screwed, Bill.
Just add all his up. I've usually got a pretty hot hand when it comes to initiative. This is longsword versus longsword up front, so this is actually all going to be simultaneous. Let's see. Kevin, you've got Fairy Fire. How many segments is that?
I think it's 2. Let me verify. Fairy Fire.
That's 2 in the same night. Bill didn't know.
Hey,
I mean,
you must know these things.
You feel okay, Bill? I mean,
What can I say?
It's the Alzheimer's, man.
Yeah, probably.
The old timers.
All right. That will miss.
It
Snake.
is. Yeah, it's 3 segments, Bill.
3 segments.
That's a
okay.
druid spell I would have really known. So
That is
one thing I want to mention. I apologize seriously for interrupting, but the protection from evil 10-foot radius, because I had to look it up as well.
Okay.
That applies to everybody here, and I just wanted to make that clear to everybody who's going to announce their armor class or whatever.
Okay.
Or make saving throws.
The only one is a possible hit. So let's see. Protection from evil is actually kind of an interesting thing, whether it is a spell, a natural effect, or what have you. In that it does not subtract from my 2 hit, but rather increases your protection, which are subtle but different things. So 18. And that 18 is not sufficient to hit circumference. Because circumference is nominally AC 0, correct?
I'm normally AC 1.
Oh, then that actually does hit you. That
Okay.
just gets you. He leans in with longsword and strikes you for 8. Slice. Okay. And one other thing to check real quick while you guys do your counterattacks. Let's go ahead and start with Durek.
By the power of Fortis.
With the power of Fultus, I'm going to be dead here in a minute.
Well, I hit AC 5, so that might be good enough because my AC 6 was just a miss.
That will hit. That will absolutely hit. AC 5 definitely gets him.
Man, I needed one.
7
Ooh,
points.
7 points.
Yes, that will slay that one facing you. Next up is let's see. 16 will hit. In damage. And that slays him.
11 plus 3 is 14.
Yes, that will hit.
Okay. I was going to say, I was getting my table.
No worries. I got the chart here.
Plus 4, 8 points.
And that slays him. So the 3 hobgoblins, well, really, all of the hobgoblins now, there's this one on the very end, but these are slain. These charred and died. You had slain one earlier. So it's essentially this one and this one in the back are the only ones who are left. And he stops chanting and
All of the
turns to
followed shall fall before us.
turns to run for the door, yelling over his shoulder in Hobgoblin to the one remaining, Maglubiet will reward you in hell, and is dashing for the door. Let's see. Our good cleric was trying to get over there. So you've moved up now with Duran. New round, gentlemen. Declarations. Doomsword. What is Durek doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna chase after that guy, assuming I can.
Okay.
If I can't, I'm attacking.
Alrighty. Tim, how about Snake?
I'll kill the guy that's left.
All right. Circumference. How about it there, Thane?
I will demand quite loudly that the cleric heal me, and I will parry.
Okay. And Mark, how about Duran?
Duran was about to do something, but he's like, okay, I'll go over and heal him.
Okay.
I made his way over
I'm in single digits. Yeah.
So Duran's moving up to cast CLW.
Yeah.
They are now illuminated, by the way, by fairy fire. You guys will attack them at bonuses. But anyway, you're wrong. Says he's itching for his AD&D collection. Go get it, man. Play. It's awesome. Okay, let's roll initiative. This is kind of an important one. No pressure. If you would, please. Thane Kyle, roll initiative for us.
I can screw anything up. Let's do it.
That's the spirit. I got a 3. Party got a 3. So he's moving. You guys are attacking. All this stuff is happening simultaneously. The guy on the end is... Oh, you know what? Yeah, he's fanatically continuing on. What is Circumference's strength?
Oh, do you want bonus to hit or damage?
Bonus to hit, please.
Bonus to hit is +2.
+2. Okay.
That'll bring my AC down to what, -1?
Yes. Snake, make your attack on the hobgoblin on the end as you pivot and swing your sword at him. 18 will absolutely hit him. 7 with bonuses kills him. Again, this is simultaneous combat. So Doom's Durek makes his attack. Uh, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You get a bonus for your sword, correct? So that's 11.
No, I've got a regular sword.
Oh, I keep
10
thinking
hits AC 6.
10 hits
Yeah.
AC 6. You will hit him then.
Oh, okay. Sweet. 2.
2. Okay. And my apologies. You actually would not have hit him, but his back is to you. So yeah, he takes a little bit of damage. But yeah, he makes it to the door, forces it open, and is it just full kilter, helter skelter back down that hall. Let's see. And the last guy is attacking Circumference. Circumference getting that bonus. Yeah, you parry away his blow just as you see Snake drive a good 3.5 feet of nice fire-hardened steel right through this guy's wishbone, and he crumples with a gurgling groan and collapses on the floor. We're effectively out of combat now. So, Mark, do you want to roll how many points to heal Grimsby? I'm sorry, Circumference with?
Sure. 2. Sorry.
2. Okay. All right. Well, that's
2
2
more
more
than I
than-
had.
I have another one, but it's probably, I think it's Duran's last.
I am. That was a 50% increase in my overall hit points. I'll put it that way.
Is anyone else worse off?
So he's walking with a limp. We got to help him, and he's probably got blood seeping out from 12 different places. I think you got to help the man.
I think so, yeah.
Oh,
However, my God is saying no. Nothing
You
personal.
believe in
but
gods.
It figures I'm a dwarf. It's fine.
well. I mean, I believe that I believe that Mobius has made it clear that his deity is Bakob, isn't it? Bakob the Uncaring.
Yeah.
Eh.
Uncaring indeed.
Eh. Whatever.
I'm doing the best I could, which is not much.
Yeah, in the film version of Adventures in Greyhawk, Robert De Niro will play Bakob the Uncaring.
Better than Joe Pesci.
He would care too much.
Joe Pesci would only care about how much damage you can do to your head with a vice.
Exactly.
Right,
Yeah.
the playing the same character every single. Never mind.
Yeah, right.
Well, Pesci, he had range. I mean, look at Home Alone.
Okay, so all these hobgoblins are dead. The one who was looking like he was casting a spell has taken a little bit of damage and has fled up that door. You guys finish the round. So, what do, adventurers? What do?
Do we want to take the swords from the hobgoblins and arm some of the slaves?
They can't.
They're not moving at all. They're unresponsive.
Oh, right.
Yeah. The slaves are currently like 16 point of rotation posable action figures.
Any
They
of
got
them
the-
have action grip.
Yeah, I mean, you can put the swords in their hands.
The brain slug version of.
I just don't like
zombie.
leaving weapons behind us that people can pick up.
I
and
don't
come
like
use
leaving
against.
anything behind us either, Snake. We can continue to pursue further into the complex, or we must retreat.
So this last round, Bill,
Yes.
was this the round I cast Fairy Fire, or was it the last round?
Well, the fairy fire is on them.
Okay.
So-
No, I was just saying I didn't know if we went 3 rounds or 2 rounds. So, okay, no worries.
Robert Phillips asks who would play Wastrey, Willem Dafoe. Yeah, I could see that. I could see Willem Dafoe playing the hopping god.
Well, if it's like Marvel, you just get Robert Downey Jr. to play everything, and it's all good.
Yeah. Okay, so what are your plans then, gentlemen? You have a hobgoblin who has fled from you back into a previously unexplored area of the stockade.
I mean, I think we should get Christopher Walken to play as Boca, but that's just me.
I think we got to go resurrect our friend and get these slaves out of here if we can. But
We should spike
Of
that
course,
door
you do
because he's going to come
realize
back with.
that they will
Yes.
refortify.
We
That's
need
fine.
to fortify this door, right? Because
Let's use their swords and jam them underneath the. Jam the door shut.
In the 2 or 3 weeks that it takes to do such a thing, they will surely find a way to open this door.
I'm
I
worried
expect
about
to come
them.
back here
I'm worried about the
with
2 or 3
500
minutes.
men guarding
Yeah.
the business.
Yeah.
I'm worried about leading these idiots forward, taking their time, and those guys break the door down behind us.
Yep.
That's what I'm worried about.
no, let's
Well,
go
the
chase
alarm
down the.
bell will ring across all of the Pomage.
Well, that's what I'm worried about is that alarm
Quit
bell.
pontificating and move.
We need to go chase down that magic user and kill him deader than hell.
You guys go ahead. I'll take the slaves out. You two are fit to fight. Go. I'll take the slaves out. The cleric and I will lead them out.
No, we could do this. Some would say that such an act would be the abandonment of somebody who refuses to follow the intent of the group, but that is a matter for another day. What choices do we have?
They're escaping. Quit pontificating. Run. We'll go. Run. Fly. Fly, you.
Run! Run!
Toward
Do
them.
I
Yes.
wear this
Toward
armor?
danger.
Do I wear this plate to run?
Yes.
Nor
Run
the
toward
snake.
danger. You know, pointing end of the sword goes in the other guy. Real simple.
Well, what are we going to do? We're going to traipse these poor folk who are unable to even walk all the way across the desert and the hills and into the mountains and into the forest
Yes.
without expecting them to be destroyed?
They will walk or they will die. Yes.
No, they will walk behind me, they will be annihilated, and then I will die. And then I am good to no one.
We can hope that the slaves, after they get out of this godforsaken place, will come to their senses with some good
Yep.
care.
Well, perhaps we should find a camp outside of this place in which they can
Yes.
stay,
Yes.
so
So-
that we can make a further incursion, so that the entirety
Let's have this
this
conversation.
stockade will be repopulated, the likes of which you would not be able to retake with an army of 500.
Let's
Exactly.
have this conversation outside of this place. We're moving. I literally can't survive another random encounter. Let's move.
What is
Okay.
this random encounter you speak of?
Shut up, move.
All right. Are you guys are you guys going back the route you've already come or into
Yeah.
the area that you don't know? Okay, so back the route you've already come. Gotcha.
My
Alrighty.
dwarf would invest in a pickaxe handle. I swear to God.
Just a good long goad. All right, so it doesn't take you long to get to here. Let me switch cameras real quick. It doesn't take you long to reach here with the party, the two doors leading back out into the courtyard. So how have you got this arrangement? Are you driving the liberated slaves before you? Are you dragging them along behind you? Are you just kind of milling in amongst them? How are you doing this?
Well, I wouldn't imagine that we'd be pushing them in front of us, right? Because, I mean, we could be, but that's not something that Derek would approve of. So, I guess we're kind of we're hurting them.
Yeah.
Would that be an appropriate term?
Put some of the fighters in front. Duran and maybe Marius in the back, pushing them along.
Yeah, Marius and Yancey can make sure we're not going to get caught unawares from behind.
Yeah.
Great.
I'll stay in the back of the file with them just in case we are. But that way we got two people in front, and worst comes to worst, I'll scream and die in the back. It'll be fine.
Yep.
Okay. Let me just make some arrangements here. Pardon me for just a second, gentlemen.
And
Go
I
ahead.
believe we were going to go and try to get Dervin. Is that his name? The woman and the kid.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're stopping by there first. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
At least someone has to run over there to get them and come back while we're all waiting at the doors. And we also got Grimsby too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
We've retrieved Grimsby.
He's in a bag someplace. Okay.
Is Marius gonna run over and grab Dervin?
I can do that if that's what you guys want him to do.
I just was
Sure.
trying to remember who we assigned to that task last time.
I don't know if we ever did.
We
Okay.
didn't. But yeah.
I think out of all of us, you probably have the fastest speed. But yeah, it is a hard question as to whether I do think we should go drop these slaves off, collect our rewards because it'll give us some XP. We'll see if anyone can level, and yeah, they rearm. So we'll do it again.
If we at least get them to the camp with the cart and the 4 hirelings, we could drop them off there or something, and then some of us come back in here because Derek has a good point. Is that they're going to just arm up.
So we might need to bring some of those hirelings with us.
Yeah.
Cannon fodder.
Well, what about your metagame question? What about your spare character there?
Yeah, if we want to bring in spare character number 1, go right ahead. I believe he'd just be one of the slaves, so he had no equipment.
Okay, because with every day we wait, it's a smaller and smaller opportunity.
Yeah.
And losing a decent level thief.
Yeah, he was 6 level.
Yeah, because we need that thief.
It's really unfortunate.
Temp character does have thief levels. He's multi-class.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. I feel less bad then.
Suddenly, don't care about currency anymore.
No. I'd still take full thief. Honestly,
yeah. Because I'm only thief 4. I went full triple class. Ridiculous. Fighter magic
Oh,
user
nice.
thief. But that makes me
Turgo was 7th, and then he died with little ceremony.
Yep.
As we all do.
He probably won't be a very useful magic user because he doesn't have his book, doesn't have his spells, but he'll at least have some fighter and some thief to help out with.
Oh, you ain't got a book?
Well, if I'm one of the slaves now.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't chain me to the wall with a book.
Well, you don't have any in your head from like your previous.
Yeah, Bill and I hadn't arranged that. So
Okay.
if we want temp character to come in, Bill can tell me, does he have any spells left in his head?
I just, I want to get back to town so we can try and res you, and at least that way we know one way or another.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know.
And like I've told you offline, like I'm happy to play Grimsby, happy to play new guy. Doesn't matter to me.
I know.
Party does what party wants to do.
I know. Yeah. My dwarf doesn't want to abandon the halfway. Either,
That's cute.
It's just, he doesn't.
All right, folks. Thank you for the momentary pause. Now, as you guys breach the doors and look out, you do have hobgoblins with bows. They are now. These are the platforms that extend all the way out. So they are rushing into position. Clearly you're on watch, and of course you have Yancy with you. She says, I've got to do this.
Papa, I have a bad feeling about this.
Damn shit.
As you guys are exiting, so you are not surprised, and they appear to have been prepared for you, so they aren't surprised either. So let's get declarations. What is Durek doing?
Man, this is what I expected. All right, the slaves are behind us.
Correct.
I'm gonna turn my back to the attackers and try to push the slaves back into the complex and urge everyone to do the same.
Okay, Tim, what is Snake doing?
Shoving the slaves back through that door.
Okay. Now, I should point out, it's not like you guys have rushed all the way out and I've decided, oh, you're ambushed now. This is what you see when you open the doors. So don't think that I've just decided that you just blindly marched out there like Butch and Sundance, okay? That's literally just to place the minis.
I don't think any of us thought that, but we don't want to get noticed by these guys if we haven't been, right?
Sure.
We need to go find the crazy dude and that woman and see if there's another way out.
Now, crazy dude and woman are actually with you. You guys did go and get them. They are making sure that none of the slaves stumble. And of course, you have Lady Moore. Excuse me, guys. Sorry, got a little goopy there. You have Lady Morwin, who you rescued last week. She's with you. So you guys, you open the door and you kind of have your Han Solo moment, and now you're turning and trying to fall back. Why don't you go ahead and roll initiative, Dooms? Five. Okay. They are not shooting. They are yelling down at you in broken common. You surrender! Surrender now! But you guys are spinning around. The slaves are complying, just sort of filing in as you go back in the doors. And Tim, I'm guessing you guys are slamming them behind you.
Yeah. How many? There's a total of 8 of them out there.
That's what you saw. Yes.
And they're armed with swords and whatever. They're not.
They had bows actually.
Yeah, we need to go back through that door.
Okay.
Well,
The problem is they will pepper these peasants to the ground. And then what's the point of even having brought them out in the first place? We should have stuck to the valiant plan all along. Left these fools in here until we could make their minds whole.
Well, it's too late now. We've got to
wait.
It is too late now. At least the door's shut.
Wait a second here. Who was the one that wanted to go back and free the slaves?
I wanted to free the slaves, of course, but circumstances change. We were faced with a threat that was going to alert more.
Would it help if somebody went running up the trap door to get to the roof?
I do have So in my possession, I do have a scroll of Cure Serious Wounds. I can cure myself with that. We can make our way up onto the roof, and we can cut these guys down.
Yeah.
We're
Guard
outnumbered
towers
with
everywhere.
we're outnumbered with bow. We've got to get up there and fight them with swords if we're going to fight them.
Yep.
And they were situated at watch points all the way around the roof, as Snake can attest to, for he saw it. Gentlemen, we are under siege. We can either go deeper, or we can fight our way out like men.
We have to rest.
Put the slaves in with the crazy guys.
Perhaps
around.
we rest in. Perhaps we rest where those we know have rested for many moons.
May have to. This is an impossible situation.
Can always beat the Kobayashi from the roof.
Hmm.
We need
But
to go rest. Let's go back to where we rested that one time with the crazy woman and that
Yep.
guy.
We're right near it.
Yeah. And then
we take
what
that
we'll,
as our stronghold. We bolt it up. We keep a solid watch, and then at least we've got a very limited width point of entry. And if we die in there, we die in there. But
yeah, we can at least
we're going to
yeah,
die
we can
outside.
at least,
All these people are going to be slaughtered.
yeah, we can at least hold the doorway if nothing else.
Exactly, for an indefinite period of time, and it will be enjoyable playing 375,000 rounds of AD&D.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean,
We
That's-
can always. So what you're saying is we can hold the door.
that's it.
We can hodl.
The only choice we've got.
We
Yeah.
could hodl if you prefer hodl. We could do that.
Right
Third
now,
order.
Holdo is pretty interesting because, you know, the market.
A hodl is a funny kind. Diamond hands, bro. Yeah. Okay. Empty pockets.
All right, party. So what are you going to do?
We shall return to our stronghold, that which we established as our stronghold when we had initially discussed it before the unfortunate death of Grimsby.
Okay, so you're falling back to the western arm, as it were, of
Yeah.
the. Okay.
Feeding all of these people is going to eat my create food and water again, I bet.
At least you have it.
That's true.
Okay.
Duran probably has great food water too, right?
Hey, he can. I don't know that he has it memorized, but I know that he can definitely.
You can
Yeah.
prepare it.
Okay. You're able to quickly get them back in. Again, it's just kind of a matter of pushing and shoving, and your slightly weird companion is. Oh yes. There, plenty of room. Not much way to get out, but plenty of room. Thank you, Gonzalo. Thank you very much. Gonzalo had a question. Just want to answer this real quick. Multi-class, you divide your XP up over the classes as you go, and you function as all three classes or all two classes at the same time. Dual class, function as one class to a certain point, leave off, pick up the new class until you reach the previous class's level. Then you can switch between them, but not until you reach the previous class level. I hope that.
Oh,
that
you
clarifies
could
it.
switch, but you lose all your XP for the adventure if you do.
That's right. If you fall back to your previous class, you don't get any XP while you adventure that. But hey, if it means the difference between life and death, it's worth doing.
Yeah.
Okay. So party moves back in to the abandoned ruined section, and they're quiet. Like you guys don't have to worry about them making a lot of noise and a lot of upset. Lady Morwen, she's like, so we're not going to be able to escape. We're trapped here.
We're trapped here for the moment. We will be able to escape. By Fortis, I declare it. It will take thought.
She
And
kind
we
of
have the talent, as you can see.
raises her chin up and says that these common folk I will defend to the last then.
And that is what we need. We need someone to look after them.
All we can do.
I hate the hobgoblins with the passion of the sun itself.
You and 1,000 other sons, lady.
All right. Okay. Gentlemen. What is your plan now? You suspect,
Who's
you know,
go
that they
ahead.
know where you are, or that they know you're here at this point.
Right. So who's the strategician? That would be Tim.
I think we need to get in a room where they can only come in one at a time. Stack up the dead by the door as they try to find us.
And that's kind of what we got, right?
Yeah.
What is this? A 30 by 30 room or something? 30 by 20 or something like that?
I mean, it really. Let me move the camera over to this section of the dungeon, not just for your advantage, but for our audiences, and you can get an idea of how much room you guys have got to work with. So bear with me a moment.
And I think
Is
the
this the-
hallway leading to this room was 5 foot, if I recall.
I think
Right?
you're right.
Yeah, is this
Yep.
the room with the loft overhead where you first discovered them, Tim?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
is this
Yeah.
a different room?
And there
Yeah,
were a
it's
few
no-
rooms in this area as well. There was that narrow room where you first come in with the chimney and the fake ghost.
Right. But so as
right, and then we turned right, and there was other stuff.
Yeah.
right. But if we're gonna spend a night or get some rest and try to heal up and get spells back, we should post a double guard because they obviously know we're here.
Yep.
Right.
And one person should sit up above with my crossbow while the other person watches the door.
If I had a
That's
short,
a great point. I think the loft room is the one that we demand, unless we can't get in there for some reason, right?
there was at
Because
one
then
point
people-
a short bow, right?
Well, I got a crossbow we could use, but that's. And by the way, if you put your
and
if you put your GP in GameStop, that's better than if they're in Airbnb today. So
Couldn't happen to better company.
I know, right?
That your question is correct, Gonzalo. If you have 3 classes and you get 300 XP, each class gets 100 XP. There are other nuances that go into it, but that is the gist of it. So that is not exact. That's a little better. I am fortunate. I don't think I can zoom back out any further than that. But that's basically how much room you guys have got here in the abandoned section.
So
right, we want that bottom right, guys. I mean, that's where the loft.
Yeah, we
is
need that
over
room with the loft, Bill. Our strategy is to leave 2 people on guard, one with a crossbow up in the loft, and the other one on the door with a sword.
Okay.
So I want to confirm something though. This hallway is 5 foot wide.
No, this hallway is 10 foot wide.
Okay,
Mhm.
just want to make sure. So this isn't the 5 foot hallway. That's earlier. Okay.
Just remember, they can enter this room from 2 points.
No, they can only enter. Well, yeah, they can enter that room from 2 points, not this section of dungeon. I'm sorry.
Correct.
Well, we could spike that one door, or we could post a similar outpost in that room.
Yeah.
I mean, if nothing else, I could stand guard in front of that door with slaves behind me, and perhaps they can make it and tell you that I have been assaulted.
It might even just be wise to place a guard, like our guards, in the hallway itself, because we'll see them,
This is
and then
a
we
fair
have the
point.
whole straight length of hallway. You know.
It is unfortunate that Fair Grimsby fell, for perchance he could have put a tripwire across the door.
It didn't take a thief to do that.
Really?
Hey, John
No.
Scott, welcome.
Not at all. You never set snares for conies?
I have no idea of what ignominious duty you have spoken of.
You've never hunted rabbits.
Oh, sure, certainly.
You've never
I've
set
hunted
snares.
plenty of times.
That's all you
I have
need.
set snares.
Then there you go. You've done it. That's all you need.
These guys are a little smarter than rabbits, but
But no, same knot strategy, same kind of placement. You know, we don't. It's not like we have any razor wire or piano wire or whatever. It's not like we have any fishing line. Whatever we string across, it doesn't matter if a thief does it or if we do it. They'll be able to see it. It's just, are they dumb enough to not look down?
I think we do as much as we can to bar the door, and we get woken up if they try to break it down, right?
Yeah.
There are barrels, correct?
Yep. Yeah.
Like, we got to
There
bar
was-
one
There are
door and
pieces of
guard
wood
the other
from
one.
the ceiling.
There was a whole room filled with crates and barrels and storage supplies. We could actually fill the whole hallway with it if we wanted to.
I will leave you to that, and I will try to calm these poor folk.
Yeah.
Was
that's fine.
that room, Bill, that had the wares and stuff, the upper left on this picture?
So let me pull up the map and refresh, because I know we've got a lot of people watching, almost 200 folks watching now, and I think that's just awesome. That just puts a big smile on my face. Thank you, everybody who's hanging out and enjoying this. And again, if you haven't, please do subscribe over on YouTube, because I do more than just the live streams. I do regular-ish videos over on YouTube too. So let me see. That is a completely different module. Key to the Hill.
Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I'm looking at Grimsby's map. If I can read my own scribbles. The room on the bottom left of my screen, just the bottom there, was an armory, I think. The one just above it was crates.
Yes, the one just south of it. I'm waving my mouse over it like anyone can see that. Sorry, we get used to things. So abandoned armory, crates and such, abandoned bedroom, collapsed room.
Okay.
Collapsed room, yeah, that's right.
So we could use that to kind of buttress the door up
Mm-hmm.
from the inside.
Well, and also what we can do is we can take that section of hallway and narrow it from, even if we can just narrow it from being 10 feet to 5 feet.
Yep.
Force them to come single file.
Yeah, so I guess we should probably do that right away.
Yep. I can get started on that. That's no big deal.
I won't be useful for that purpose. But Yancy probably has a higher strength than I do.
I'll help you.
Many hands make light work.
All right, so you are all filling the hall with various bits of detritus, crates, and whatnot. I can actually put a little scatter terrain out there. If you guys will give me just a hot minute, I will do that. And are you putting it down near the door at the halfway point, much closer to you in the north? Where at?
We should make it like a maze. They have to.
Yeah, we should stagger it.
I'd like to prioritize that north door where the kitchen is and get that door completely covered so that way they can't get in there, and even if they do break their way in there, we'll spike the door closed. It'll be a pain in the butt. That way they can't come in and flank us from the side without us knowing about it. So I would like to prioritize that door.
There is a large table in that kitchen that you can do that with if you wish.
That's fine.
And someone's pointing out that the monsters. Somebody in the audience said, "Well, the monsters are being really patient." This is happening in real time, so literally only a few minutes have passed. Trust me. Do you have police sieges and military sieges and things that go down at about this pace? So you guys are stacking crates and barrels. You're moving the table. And I will get that stuff set up for you on screen here in a hot second.
Yeah.
Also,
and
the
to add to that,
hobgoblins. Sorry.
Apologies. I just want to say that I take this as serious as a person, as a serious tactical situation, which is where I think AD&D excels, even if it's not always clear. You know?
Well, I mean, remember, it spun out of people playing war games that weren't flexible enough, right? So it gives you a chance to be more tactical in nature than like Third Reich or 1776 did.
Yeah.
Right, and I'm very good at being inflexible. Less good at being flexible, but you know.
Well, and this is a great situation where this is where AD&D shines. The 1 minute rounds, right? This
Right.
is where it makes sense. Right here, right?
Which is
In,
everywhere, basically.
in combat, I'm still not convinced. I've been in plenty of sword fights.
Okay.
None of them have lasted more than 2 minutes.
I just got to point this out that people spend way too much time in general in the RPG space arguing over rules that really just play the game and have fun, right?
Exactly.
Sometimes it's just easier.
Yeah, it's not a simulation.
Exactly. Not a
and-
simulation. It's just a game.
And Gonzola, Jorge, first off, yes, it's the app formerly known as Twitter, but I refuse to say I X'd, so I can't call it that.
You'd rather
and-
say you tweeted?
Exactly. And Gonzola, the hobby does have some people now that started playing fantasy computer games. But I think everybody that's in this game started playing it before fantasy computer games were actually an option. Because you had the fancy 8086 computer at home at best. So if you had a fantasy computer game, it was Zork.
I was
Yeah,
born
I
in '94,
had
so I'm
Zork.
not that old.
All right. Well, first off, I graduated high school before then, so be nice to me because I refer to my niece as the good one and the bad one now. So that's that. But
Yeah, I graduated 10 years before that. So,
If it makes you feel any better, I refer to my niece as the good one and the bad one, but that was from 10 years of Meyer.
mine was time in the Army, jumping out of helicopters. But although it was humorous when my mother said, "Why do you want to be in the airborne?" I was like, "Have you met an Army mechanic? You'd want to learn how to jump out of planes too."
True.
you don't have a choice. You may have to jump out without a choice.
Exactly. You want to be ready just in case, because those guys, I don't know, man. Okay.
You know,
sandbags
got
are
us
really
distracted.
cool.
Yeah.
I have mentioned this before, but we got talking about video games. The new version, the new remastered version of Wizardry 1 Proving Grounds of the Mad Overlord, it's all very slick graphics, DX12 graphics with all the cool stuff. Its guts are still Wizardry 1 running on an Apple II emulator inside. All the graphics for it are just a wrapper to make it look pretty. And I think I would love to see more classic CRPGs remastered that way. Give me the old Commodore 64 Bard's Tale, but with a DX12 3D makeover. But it's still the good old good old game underneath there.
But
I'll
they did the
call
Bard's
Lord
Tale
British tomorrow and tell him that, Bill.
Good, get it done. Get it done.
I'll tell you what,
and
it
for
was
the
written
younger
in
people.
Pascal. So
There you
that's
go.
how
And
old
for the
it
younger
is.
people, Eye of the Beholder. Eye of the Beholder, original,
Is this layout of the crates and stuff you guys are moving acceptable?
Yes, I like that.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey, Gonzola, you can call me a nerd all you want. My PhD calls me that all the other time.
Yeah. I can't wait to get mine done.
I'm gonna back away from that a little bit. I think that's a little too zoomed in.
Hey, people call me a nerd and a geek. I'm like, come on. PhD in physics. Come on. Wait.
It's not an insult. It's not an insult.
It is not an insult.
It was it was
Without my nerdiness, I wouldn't have met Gary Gygax and literally everyone else who created Dungeons and Dragons. I wouldn't have gotten a job at NASA.
So I want to point something out. David Brown brought up that Pascal was a training language. Yes, Pascal was a training language. In particular, Turbo Pascal was used by a lot of people. It was sort of the third language I learned. But Turbo Pascal was put up by a group called Borland. At the time, Borland had a very interesting sense of humor, and as you promoted engineers, they were no longer software engineers. They had weird names. The highest level engineer at Borland, does anybody on the video know what they actually referred to them, what their job title was?
I don't myself.
They were called barbarians.
I can believe it.
The highest level one was called the Borland Barbarians. I'm like,
I can absolutely believe that.
Now, what's funny is Lord British actually is a dungeon master. He plays quite often. He's actually a very good dungeon master too.
Well, cool. Yeah, get him on the show. Then maybe I can play every once in a while too.
He's doing something with something. He's tough to get. I can get an email to him, but he's tough to get. It's tough to get in reserve time. I
shan't abuse our friendship to be transactional, sir.
I've actually asked him to come on my show, and I was going to bring you on, but he's like, it'd have to be in like November. I'm like, all right, we'll wait.
Okay, so gentlemen, in a short order of time, with the assistance of the madman, Lady Morwen, the girl, while Yancey holds the baby, you guys are able to drag this. I'm going to say dragging all that stuff up there while Circumference hammers that table in place to block off one of the kitchen doors is going to take you guys 2 turns. So we're going to take a couple of checks here and see if they have figured out where you have gone. Or are they searching elsewhere?
That was
okay. All right. So you very quickly throw together your barricades, and they're not they're not rushing in. So at least not immediately. Are you guys positioning yourselves like behind the barricades, the rubble, and everything?
I think
I do not have a weapon of missile type.
I have a crossbow. I'm going to sit down by the door and watch until for the next turn or two and see where things go, because we need some people to start to get some rest and recharge on spells and everything else.
Yeah, I'll immediately try to meditate to get my spells back.
Yep.
Does Dervin know if there's a trapdoor that leads to the roof on this side of the complex?
Yeah, Dervin. No. There's no way out here.
Good.
Yeah, really, that is good.
The way is shut.
Snake,
we cannot get out.
Sandbags.
I mean, it's just scatter terrain. It's not. It's crates and barrels and boxes.
It's a point of reference for me.
Oh, you meant location wise.
Yeah. Apologies.
That's okay.
Where's Snake at?
Probably at the far end, if I had to give a guess.
Mm-hmm.
Further back, way back down.
Yeah, I want to be back down so I can get a couple missile shots off if they come around that corner.
I'll happily.
Yeah. I'd like to be kind of across from him. Yeah.
All right.
Hey, Elliot.
I'll plunk myself down by where those sandbags are. I'll just press up against the wall. I'll just sit down and wait.
Okay, Kevin, what about our resident magic user?
I'm busy.
Kevin.
Somebody's busy.
I guess he's busy.
He's meditating, so he's probably going to be in the other room.
All right, and Mark, what are you doing with Duran?
Duran will also spend some time resting in order to at least get his first level Cure Light Wound type spells back.
Okay.
Yep, I'm going to memorize sleep first.
Fit for the occasion.
So.
And would the slaves be in that area with you guys?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. We'll be the last line while we're meditating.
That was the dungeon master understands that that's where you guys were. I don't know why I sounded like a Macho Man Randy Savage there. I apologize. The dungeon master understands where your players are.
It's the boulder.
There's no puke.
The boulder.
Left in me.
The boulder has conflicted feelings about fighting a little girl. The boulder is no longer conflicted. All right.
Such a good show.
Such a good
Which
show.
show is
really-
this?
Really?
I have not seen it.
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Avatar: The
That's-
Last
that's-
Airbender.
That's
Okay.
from the introduction to Toph, who's like my
Okay,
favorite blind
that's-
character ever.
That's why.
And
That's
people
why I
call
haven't
me
seen it.
and people call me a nerd, but he can quote that from memory. I get it.
I
Oh
can.
yeah.
I can.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Now,
I gotta get this little bit better view on this for both our audience and for our players.
I haven't spewed
So-
forth calculus lately, but man, he was like chapter and verse on that one.
Tim, I have nerd tattooed on my face. Okay.
Probably nerd. You'd have to be a fan of the Friday night Gamma game for that one. Okay, so you guys.
Speaking
are
of which, I'm a real fan of this game, so I'd like to see what midnight.
I'm sorry. You'd like to see us play till midnight? No, that's no. Sorry.
I'm even in Central Time Zone. I'm kicking that one to the curb.
I'm in Mountain Time. I could care less.
Yeah, but I was on the phone with my developers in India this morning at like 6 a.m. So
Oof.
Me too.
Okay, so you guys are set up. A couple of hours pass. Did you guys spike the southern door leading into this hall? Nobody said they did.
I thought about it, but I never announced it.
I think we're going to have to go with.
Recall.
I think we're going to have to give that one an official go.
Okay.
I thought you did that.
That's fine.
All right. Let's pan that camera up a little bit. As you are sitting there, fell deeds and fire indeed. The door bursts open. Have a moment.
I mean, it's kind of one thing when you don't want that, and it's something totally different when you do. I play this game to fight.
TK, did your character ever use that cure serious wounds?
I'm
score?
right about to.
Okay.
That's what I was gonna ask.
Because my first question was, would it be did Duran get his cure light wounds back, and who do I give them to?
Yeah, it hasn't been that long.
4 hours. You need 4 hours for the
But-
first level.
Yeah, I know. He said hours, so I'm like, I hope that's enough hours.
Well, let's ask.
Yeah.
Because if it has been 4 hours, God, would that be nice? But
Yeah, you'll get your first and second level back for 4 hours.
Yeah.
4 hours
Yeah,
plus,
and for,
plus the time you need to take to learn the spells. 15 minutes per level each. So
Right.
That's right. And I have 21 hit points.
I have
I'm
You're
all right with
fine.
that.
35.
Yeah, I'm all right with that, given the group composition.
I have 35. I can be really super careless.
That's true. I had to be really super careless in your absence, Tim. That's why I have 21.
what is your max? What is your max, Tim?
44.
My max is 31.
My max is 53.
So you should be
I
in
had
the
to
front.
spin them.
Yeah, right. my AC is fine.
I was.
but the hit points suck. Yeah, I put all my bonuses in strength, not con. I'd rather hit things than be hit.
Yeah, I put it
So,
all in con. I mean,
I want to say something Nordic. I've played every edition of Dungeons and Dragons that's ever existed, all the way from I've been playing since '82, so early stuff through 5 and even 5.5. The trouble with spells and spell prep, in my opinion, is at low level. I will agree with you; it's kind of annoying. At high level, you get a high level magic user in a party, and it's like a nuclear war arsenal. If you don't make them go through some kind of serious spell prep, they can become like the weapon that there is no way to defeat. So yeah, it's annoying, but I think it was done in a way to make sure that those high level mages didn't just walk into a room and go, "Okay, everybody's dead." Right?
Because you
it
don't just You don't just rest for a day and get all your spells back. You have to, like, literally, like, your butt doesn't move from a chair for a day, 24 hours.
Yeah,
You want 9th level spells and stuff back.
yeah. So I agree. It's annoying, but you have to look at it from the gameplay ability standpoint. If you wanted to like make it so that a 5th or 6th level magic user couldn't, or maybe 8th or 9th level magic user could just wind up as like, okay, you stand behind the meat shield, and now honest, you can kill everything, right? So it just anyway.
Okay, so I want to answer Gonzalo's question. There is spell failure in 1st edition when it comes to reading scrolls that are higher level than a magic user, cleric, illusionist, or druid can normally cast. Also, clerics who have a lower, I think starting at like wisdom of 10, 12. You begin with a 5% chance of blowing a spell. Now, as someone in the audience said, spears will be shaken, shields will be splintered ere the sun rises. Gentlemen, pouring down the hole towards you after the door is wrenched open is a mass of kobolds, and you think probably goblins. You hear the shouts of the voices of hobgoblins behind them. They are getting these guys wound up. Kill the men, kill the elves, take their gold for ourselves, slay the intruders.
Does anyone have oil we can throw on them and set them on fire?
Yeah,
what are you doing? What is Durek doing in this round?
How long has it been, Bill? How many hours?
It has been 2 hours.
Okay, well, yeah. I'm not doing anything useful.
throw oil them on and set them on fire. That's really the best.
I'd rather die in this hallway than die in the outdoors. Bring it.
Okay.
Throw oil on them and set them on fire.
All right, so
a mass of kobolds is a bad idea.
Who is throwing oil?
We can just wade into the kobolds and goblins and murder them.
Well, I can tell you, okay. I definitely will be.
Hold on a second. Before you do that, one kobold's not a problem. He's got it set up looking like it's 30 of them, which is a big problem because every time I stab one, I can only stab one, and we got to wait till the next round. And 29 of them get a chance to hurt me.
They're sub-hit die, aren't they?
Yes, they are. Kobolds and goblins are sub-hit die.
You attack your fighter level.
All right. I'm just saying, burn them with fire is probably the best answer here.
Thank you, Nordic, for checking that for me. It starts with 12. Starts with wisdom 12.
You have your crossbow, right?
I have crossbow, yeah.
Marius will throw oil for sure. It's about the only thing he can do at this point.
So Marius is going to be exiting the kitchen. So Marius, you're going to have to. Marius, you were resting in the kitchen. You're going to have to go out the south hall, then out the east door.
I understand. Yep.
Okay. To get there, I'm sorry, out the west door to get there. There is no east door. Door to the east would be outside the fort. Go clip through the map. All right, so you're moving in this round, digging out a flask of oil. Are you moving, or are you waiting for them to come to you, Doomsword?
Yeah, I'm waiting right where I am with my shield right where you are. In front of me.
Tim, Snake is firing crossbow.
Firing crossbow, man.
All right. Circumference. How about it there, Thane Kyle?
I'm using that scroll of cure serious wounds. I kind of wanted to use it in the interim, but it's fine. I'll use it now.
No, you had said you wanted to use it, so if you've used it in the interim,
what's the chance of failure on it? It's a level 4 spell. I'm a 5th level cleric.
There is no chance of failure.
Okay, so that's what, 3d8?
Cure serious.
2d8 plus 1. It's 2 to 7. 3 to 17, right?
3 to 17, so it's going to be
2d8 plus 1.
Yeah, 2d8 plus 1.
Well, let's see. That's not bad. That's 13.
Not bad. Okay.
Sometimes people in hell get ice water.
Yep. Okay. And Mark,
so
what?
I'll throw oil then.
All right, Mark, what are you doing?
Duran doesn't have. Well, he's a cleric, so he doesn't really have missile weapons, right? Does anyone know what?
Spiritual hammer is the only one. He's used spiritual hammer before, and I don't think he's used it in this adventure yet.
Then I will use it. I'll step out in the hallway, and you start casting spiritual hammer.
Okay, so you're moving with Marius to get out into the
Yes.
hallway through this door. All right, so you guys are moving in this round. Let's go ahead and roll initiative. We'll just start at the top. Dooms, roll initiative for the side, please. All right. Okay. They are kind of having to move around stuff. So I'm going to say they can't charge straight ahead. They've got to go around the things that you guys have piled in the hallway.
It actually might be better for them to have one initiative.
And they are 4 across, I should point out.
They might end up to where we can hit them
Yep.
and they can't hit us.
Yeah, I can fire over the top of those stacks, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Here's a fun question for you. If I smash a kobold in the head point blank with a jar of oil, will it kill it? With my strength bonus, maybe.
Your strength bonus is probably good enough to kill them.
I
You
am
flex
sorry.
and they explode.
A pot of oil is not a melee weapon.
You just get out there and like, "Rrr," and they just die.
All right.
All right, so I'm going to take a 5-foot step forward, then a 5-foot step to the right, and then.
So for the sake of brevity, we will use that first squad of goblins that I moved to contact as just the entire block, so I don't sit there and slowly move all of them up one at a time. The axes of the kobolds are upon you, and they spend this round moving. You may attack them.
I would like to do so.
Okay. That will not hit. However,
Next
they
time
are
you
sub
will
hit
not
die
be
monsters. You get a number of attacks equal to your level against sub hit die monsters.
Right. I'll just do them one at a time.
That is a hit.
Take that, Kerr.
Smack.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and roll this.
So are
I'll
these
make it
dog
quick.
kobolds or are they dragon
Yeah,
kobolds?
he's
Just
toast.
ask.
Lizard dog kobolds.
Okay, I do.
All right. So
3
dead.
is toast, probably.
3. Yeah, go ahead and roll your damage.
Yeah, he's
dead. Okay, so
4.
you've slain 2 of the kobolds.
4 is a hit.
Okay.
AC 5, assuming. He only took 2.
Okay, so yeah, there's still a kobold up, and he is immediately to your left. Do you want to do you want to attack him 4 times? Their circumference.
Well, I have one more.
Oh, you have one more.
Yeah, and that hits AC 7.
That hits. So roll your damage.
Oh, so are we close enough to do
4
swords here?
points.
Yeah, I mean they basically all moved in towards you. So yes, and you guys
And I
can
won't-
fight 3 across.
Then I won't bother with the crossbow.
Yeah, you can just set it aside.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll. Let's see. You gents, make your attacks next. Circumference. Do you want to cut down some gobos and kobolds?
All the kobolds near me are dead, right?
They're rushing forward. They're literally they are being driven forward by the gruff voices of the hobgoblins.
There was a
Also,
whole block. He didn't move them all.
Yeah,
see.
I did not move all of them down because
I'm,
nobody wants to see me pick up and move miniatures for 10 minutes.
Ooh,
So,
a piece of candy.
If I
It's
can.
kind of like some sort of mukbang or something,
Yeah,
right?
All right, so we get if I'm level 5, I get 5 attacks, right?
that
correct.
is correct.
Yeah, if I can, I'd like to hit the back ranks with my oil still because I have it out, I have it ready, so I may as well just chuck it.
I have an
That's
8,
that's 4 hits, Tim.
4 hits. All right.
It's probably 4 deaths.
Yeah, I mean with your long sword, that is let's see.
A 1, a
One's-
3, a 6, and an 8.
Yeah, I mean even the 1 with your bonuses is fatal. I need to see how many kobolds there were because you guys are now starting to get into the ranks of the goblins.
Hey, Kabuki Kid, those dice are better for me than the ones I had before.
They're definitely they're doing better.
Is she pissed because she thinks they were made with AI or something?
Hey, I'm staying out of that.
Hey,
Hey,
I
the
work,
dice roller's
Wading
made with
into it.
it's if then else.
Pretty much.
you pick on AI all you want, but it paid for my house.
No argument.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay,
As soon as they
so
implement it in the banks, it's going to pay for my house too.
you guys have killed 8. There's 2 kobolds and 8 goblins left, rushing forward, and an unknown number of hobgoblins behind.
And Kabuki, you are absolutely right about that.
A 12 will hit.
Yeah, that's a 14, so 2d6 for oil against one of the hobgoblins, if possible.
Okay. Well, all right. So let's see. You're at a distance. So you're basically aiming for the back into the goblins.
Yep.
So
And
let's
if I can hit a
subtract
leader
2
type, great. Yep, so it goes from being a 14 to being a 12.
to being a 12. Their armor class is not great. Whoops.
Yeah, which is AC 4 for me. Yeah.
That is sufficient to hit one of them. Roll 2d6.
Yep.
Kabuki
9.
Kid, I work in predictive analytics, not generative AI. 9. Okay.
It's all the same, Tim. You're in the pit now. It's the mosh pit.
Okay.
Paladin in hell.
And how much?
That's it.
I'm sorry. I'm guessing you did better than average damage on those.
9.
9. Yeah. The goblin screams and goes up in flames. And for anyone who's from a newer brand of D&D, these are not cutesy, tricksy, goblins that you get the I can't show it on my stream or else I'll get demonetized kind of goblins. These are like nose picking, Rankin Bass, the Hobbit kind of goblins. So don't feel.
Yeah, these aren't about to do a barbecue to tamales or something.
If there's a whip, there's a way. Goblins.
Yeah, my channel mascot's a goblin.
Yeah, there you go. Damien says I need a croupier's rake for all the units. Just about. Okay, so one of the goblins is dead. There are now 7 goblins and 2 kobolds remaining. They all rush forward in this round, so basically you guys have got 4 across. 2 are going to be attacking the dwarf because they fear fire, and then it's going to be 1 against Durik and Snake. However, opening the door just north of the of where the cleric is, or just south of where Circumference is, we have our good Duran and of course our magic user Marius Easel. You guys open the door. There are a bunch of goblins there. They're on their toes. They know you're there. They turn to face you. Let's get party declarations. Doom's Dirt gonna attack.
Yeah, I mean, my intention was still to hold my ground until anything was within.
They're within. They are within.
Yeah. So, right. I'll do that. Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Tim, Snake gonna hack and slay.
Snake attacks.
Okay. And how about Circumference?
Yeah, I'll start waiting him.
And there's 230 folks watching out there. Thank you all so very much for tuning in tonight. If you haven't already, please click on the YouTube channel over there and give it a like if you like it, and subscribe if you really, really like it. Thank you all. Let's see.
The leg taker is still taking legs. It
The
doesn't
leg
matter if
taker
they're
is still
shorter than
taking
me.
legs. Okay, Mark, you're casting Spiritual Hammer.
Yes.
Okay, and Kevin, how about Marius Easel?
I'm going to throw that oil to the back, as far back as I can get it.
All right, let's roll initiative then. And Tim, it is your turn, please.
Boo.
That's not bad.
Yeah, Bill's been
It's
hot
half
on
bad.
Yeah.
47%.
Lower 50.
He's been hot. He's been hot
Okay.
all night.
All right,
Yeah.
so this is on
Think of it this way: it gives them a chance to come to us.
17.
Oh yeah, that's great.
17 attack with a kobold. I don't think is going to hit you. What is Derek's armor class?
Well, it's a 1, and I've got
yeah, that's
protection
not
from
sufficient.
evil.
That attack misses Snake, and we've got a couple falling on the.
So yours is what, 0 with Prod Evil?
Probably.
7 and 6. Both of
Probably
those
worse.
miss circumference, and we have 2 attacks happening on Duran and 2
Hey.
attacks happening on Marius. So 2 on
Circumference.
Duran.
He's a great guy to have around. Nobody hits him.
All right, both of those miss
When they
Duran.
I don't always get hit, but when I do.
Yeah. And both of those miss good Marius Easel. Counterattacks, gentlemen. Let's start with Durek.
Gladly. Die, scum.
The first one probably will. Remember, you're getting 5 attacks. All right, you annihilate one.
And
You
you
hit the
too,
next one.
Kerr. 2.
All right, well, that one survives.
All
But
right, well,
you can
hack
attack him again if you want.
Absolutely, sir. That would hit AC 7.
That will still hit.
I told
Okay.
you.
The kobolds are no more. You guys have started in on the goblins. There are 8 goblins.
Snake,
just
you want to
down to
go?
me.
Very well.
You want to go ahead and then I'll
All
roll?
right. 14.
That will hit.
Let me find the right one here. There it is.
If AC 7 hits, I just have to roll a 9.
Okay. Yeah, that kills a goblin. I'm sorry, I said there were 8 goblins. There are 6 goblins, and you can now see hobgoblins are moving in the hall behind them.
Goblins are sub-hit dice creatures?
Yes, goblins are 1 to 7 hit points.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 minus 1.
Keep stabbing them.
Correct.
I just need to roll level 7.
All right, Tim, you hit another goblin.
Actually, level 6.
3, 4, 5, 6 for strength and all. That goblin actually survived. Roll again. You hit him again. He does not survive.
Okay, so I got 2 left, right?
You have two attacks left, and there are
Ooh.
4 goblins. That misses. And that misses. So there are 4 goblins left, and they are fighting in the door against your friends. So go ahead and roll your Marius. Throw your flaming oil.
Well, 1 sec, because I got melee.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. My apologies.
Hit, 5 hits.
Okay.
And
This may be the end of the goblins.
we'll just look at raw math here. 5, 7, 8, and then 2, and that's all before strength bonus. With bonuses, you'd be adding 4 to all of those.
Believe it or not, a couple of goblins survive.
A couple of goblins have more than 7 hit points? Wow.
Well,
Yeah, 6. You did 6 in one case.
Yeah,
right?
six
Yeah.
to one of them, but the rest were all
All right.
north of 10.
Okay,
North
you
of
can
9.
throw. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, one goblin survives. So you are you going to throw your oil into the hobgoblins, or are you just going to like throw it on this goblin in front of
No,
you?
no, hobgoblins all the way back.
Go ahead and make your attack. You have insane bonuses because of Yancey's presence. So
That's right. I got a +3 for this. No,
Oh,
Yikes.
no,
just this is the scene like in Aliens where you like fumble the grenade and it goes off and the mission goes to hell. However,
you got cocky on that one, man.
you are always an a-hole, Gorman.
yeah.
Express elevator to hell, going down.
All right.
Son of a
Let's splash some oil here. Let me. Unfortunately, I have a little bot to do this, so let's see.
To think, what's his name went from Aliens to Chet over on Weird Science.
Yeah. Your oil landed 1 foot long behind your target, and did 2 points of damage. So he actually caught a little bit of that.
nice.
Yes. And he was he was a genuinely decent dude. He caught his he caught his work doing carpentry. Actually, he was doing set carpentry for I've gone. Why have I gone blank? I can picture the guy in my mind's eye. Jim Cameron. He was a set carpenter for Jim Cameron and got the punk rock role in Terminator. Bill Paxton was his name, and he was a fantastic actor and by all accounts a really decent guy. Okay. So there are a couple of there is a goblin left. Oh, spiritual hammer him. Stop.
Yes.
Hammer time.
Hammer time. 17 probably hits.
That will absolutely hit.
And a hammer
Splud.
does 6 d6. 3 points of damage. I don't
Well,
think Duran
he
has a strength bonus, so
Well, it wouldn't matter. The hammer just does 1 to 6. However, he must have taken damage before because his head goes off like a watermelon being struck by a trebuchet stone. That is the end of the tiny humanoids. The hobgoblins are rushing forward, and they know that, to quote the Great Flash Gets cartoon, "Brother, the numbers know no end." And that's where we'll leave it tonight. Thank you,
Hell awaits.
everyone. Hell awaits. Thank you so much to my excellent crew of adventurers, to Doomsword, to Tim. Tim, I'm glad you're feeling better and on the mend, sir. It's definitely good to see you back at the table. Kevin, thank you for being here. By the way, everyone, subscribe to Timothy Imholt here on YouTube for some absolutely fascinating videos. I will pepper him with questions about Interstellar on a live chat one day, and maybe he'll even answer me.
Dude, that one's a tough one.
Yeah. And I got a lot of questions. Kevin, Marius Esol, thank you as always. Dia Disability, Thane Kyle, please subscribe to his channel here on YouTube. It's D&Disability, correct?
Correct, sir. Thank you. The ampersand's important.
The ampersand is important, so please check out his channel. He has got great content for covering a lot of foundational about the process of gaming stuff. Okay, I'll sit here and geek out about, I bought Gary Gygax's toenail clippers on eBay. This guy talks about like important stuff for the tabletop, and Mark is just fun to have around. If he had a YouTube channel, I'd tell you to subscribe, but Mark's just a lot of fun. So we'll see everybody next week at the D&D table. I will see everybody tomorrow. I hope Kyle will be here, and if he can't, we'll find something fun to do. Thursday night, we're going to do a deep dive. It's a surprise. But Thursday night's deep dive read. Friday night, we are back to Gamma World when you'll see 2 more of these goons who are on tonight. gaming with us in a little bit of Gamma World. So thank you, everyone. Please, if you would, click that subscribe button and the bell icon for notifications if you haven't already. Big thanks to Gonzalo and to Jack, Chronicler of the Northlands, for the super chats tonight. You gentlemen are literally helping keep the lights on. As much as I love you guys all, I do have to warn you as you drive home tonight, please, whatever you do, do not stop and pick up any suspicious looking owl bears. Good night. See you tomorrow.
Have you seen my owl bear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around. Some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle, way off course? Naked as a toad, all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take